Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me. Well, if we do not have a supreme treat today, BBs, the moment that I have so been looking for, Amberlynn gets read down by Aunt Tammy. Oh my. Today's video we're watching is brought to us by Apathetic Facts, so thank you so much to them. I'll have the information to their channel in my description. To all my members and everybody that's watching, commenting, subscribing, thank you all so much. Your support of my teeny tiny channel truly means the world to me. So thank you all so much, BBs. Yeah, now I will admit I watched just the very beginning of this when Amber was live. So I definitely saw all of the just audacity, the absolute audacity of her trying to basically be like, "Oh my god, let me read this comment that somebody sent me," and that supposedly a random person sent, but 100% seemed like something that Amber sent to herself to basically make all the key points that she wanted to make without seeming like she's the one that said it. Like, we see through you, Amber, okay? You're not clever at all. And then just for her to act like that, and then to just get decimated by her aunt is just truly one of the most satisfying things I think we will ever see in girl world history. So I've been looking forward to this all day. Like I said, I just saw the very beginning, but just from all the other reaction channels that are covering her and like their thumbnails, it seems like it really did not go Amber's way. Even though she was, "Square up, Aunt Tammy, square up." So confident. And yeah, I think we saw that Amber really is all bark, no bite. So no big shock there. So let's see what we're in for today. Shall we?
Back. So we last left off with Amber inviting her Aunt Tammy onto her channel for a sort of interview with her, instead of reaction channels.
Maybe me and Amber need to get on a live and compare receipts and stories and see how that goes. Let's do it. Get the fuck on my live, Tammy. Get the fuck on my live. We can do this. Square up. I'm ready for it.
Square up, square up. Oh my god. This is just so perfect. Honestly, you could not write this to be more satisfying. Just the way she acted before, and then just Aunt Tammy. Aunt Tammy didn't stutter.
Oh, I'll talk
Let's
to
just
her.
put it that way.
I'll talk to her real good. I am
I got you
ready
real
for
good.
it.
And
I'm
you
happy
did,
to be
didn't
the
you, honey?
medium here, but you're not going to be the medium, love. She's coming to my live.
Tammy then went to her community
She
tab to
needs all
prove
the
that she
money from
happily
that.
agreed to square up with Amber. But when the time came, Amber was nowhere to be seen. 5 minutes after the live was supposed to start, Amber left this message on her community tab: "Can't go live, see you later," which made people start to question, did Aunt Tammy back out? Or did Amber get scared and she was the one to back out? Just after Amber posted that to her community tab, Aunt Tammy starts posting to hers, all night and weekend long. Basically, it seems the thing Aunt Tammy is the most upset about, at least in these communities.
I'm not going to read these BBs. I feel like this video is already going to be so long because Apathetic Facts' video is 40 minutes, but obviously pause and read if we haven't already seen them all.
Community posts is Amber allegedly not returning her texts or only texting when she wants something. She tries to provide receipts, but I'll be honest, these screenshots she provided don't show us much. But Tammy does try to explain it later in this video. But she's also been watching reaction channels and it seems she's overwhelmed by the amount of content showing who her niece truly is. In the meantime, Amber's back on TikTok, Thor's trapping it up for either a new wiper or for Emily.
Those legs. Unbelievable. I say it every time. Those legs blow me away every time. Just how she's able to walk is amazing.
I haven't turned on just members yet, and someone just said, "Hey, chubby." Oh my god, Corky. I know what your name is. Like, I'm not dumb. But do you like how I call you Corky? Like, that's a little nickname. I mean, your username does say Corky Love, but like Loving the plum color? Thank you. I don't know what that was. First time live watcher, how was your week? My week's been really good, and thank you for the super
Somebody said in the
chat.
chat, "Are you Winnie the Poohing today?" I swear to God, Ando with the comments every time kills me. Ando, whoever you are, thank you for your service.
Not the boob shimmy on Maine. What does that mean? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna wear. Remember when I said the sympathy bone comment, and I was wearing my solely costume? Listen, I was gonna wear that because I ain't got my sympathy bone today.
First of all, she seems completely out of it, like her eyes and just the way she's talking. She's like, yeah, la, la." But yes, Amber, we remember the sympathy bone, at least around here in the boneyard, because as I've said, the sympathy bone bit is literally where I got my channel name from. Who needs a sympathy bone when you have a rage bone? Yes, we know. We know you're a see you next Tuesday.
Okay, your mama has like disappeared because he's over on like the lol cow bullshit. So he's barely on his Yo Mama channel, and he went there today, right? And he talked about the narc alert, and I'm telling you, I knew none of this. My jaw is on the floor type deal.
If I was you, I probably wouldn't worry about anybody else. You should probably just focus on yourself. But this is Concerned Goral, former mod and former friend of Merc from the Narc Alert. These videos all come from people that blah blah blah. The truth behind the Narc Alert, former mod. These videos all come from people that were in her inner circle, not told by third parties. This channel was created after our departure to set the record straight and reveal the years of lies and manipulation we experienced. We'll be telling our stories as they happen, not as Merc skews and minimizes them. Wow, so basically someone shitty getting exposed sounds familiar, doesn't it, Amber? You would think that you would maybe have some sympathy for this person, considering the sympathy you try to draw for your audience when the same is done to you. Hmm. Hmm. I really have no opinion on a narc alert. I watched a few of their videos on Amber before um they had like their medical issues, and I always thought the videos were well done. Obviously, I know nothing about them as a person. So,
Anna says Tammy coming on soon. So I don't know what that's talking about. Are you intoxicated right now? You're slurring your words, eyes rolling, and acting strange. I soaked some Delta. Not gonna lie about it. I want to say when
thought
people
she wasn't
like were
smoking
seeing how I was
anymore.
reacting to my aunt, like that's frustrating for me to hear. Like, this is the real Amberlynn because it's like, bro, what you're seeing is me split. It's called splitting. When you literally turn into someone that you're not. Like,
I don't think that's accurate, and I don't think anybody with actual BPD would appreciate that comparison. But per usual, Amber just uses whatever she finds necessary to explain her shit behavior. So,
you're so hurt by someone, like when you have BPD, you're so fucking hurt by someone that you genuinely you're so overwhelmed with emotion, like you cannot regulate those. So that is what you're witnessing. So it's hard because 99% of the time you guys are witnessing me as like pretty chill, just chilling. And I only ever come out as a bitch or come out angry is when it's demonstrated to me first, if that makes sense.
bitch. Okay. Yeah. So any and all of your shit behavior is excusable. Right, right. You are allowed to do whatever you want, and nobody is allowed to do anything to you. We get it. We understand. You are the only one that's allowed to be a bitch because you have BPD. Uh-huh.
That doesn't mean, oh, we saw Amberlynn's true colors or this is the real Amberlynn. Like it's not fair. And what my aunt was doing was not only triggering and wrong and hurtful, like it shattered me. And I could not regulate those emotions in the whole span of the time that I've known her since 17, that she was always the person that like indicated like a break in our chat. And a lot of people like go to therapy, go to therapy, go to therapy, while like literally sucking the tit on my aunt. Ew, that woman needs to go to therapy, not me.
You're wrong. You're wrong. Not saying that Aunt Tammy couldn't use some therapy just for what seems to be a lot of the trauma that she endured in her life, but you really think that you don't need therapy, Amberlynn? In what timeline? In what reality are you referring to? Because it's certainly not this one. And the fucking smugness on her right now, you could just, like I said, watching her be decimated by Tammy is just gonna be so good. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see this bitch get told off and get what she deserves. But you know damn well she's just gonna be, oh my god, my aunt's so mean. Square up, Amber. Square up. I'm gonna talk to her. I'll talk to her real good.
My aunt literally just tried calling me. Hello? Holy fuck. I messaged her and I said, stop calling me. Like, it's ruining my live stream.
Hello?
Hello?
I don't even know if I'll be able to hear her.
Okay, I hear.
You know what, though? I almost cannot believe that Amber had the guts to answer this call. It's almost inconceivable to me that she truly had the gumption to do it. It just tells me that she really thought that she was going to do something on this phone call. And, Aunt Tammy didn't come to play. So, love that for you, Amber.
Myself through your audio, so can you like pause me?
Yeah, I just did.
So you're clearly watching my live stream and I said I don't feel like doing this anymore, so why are you calling?
Because you can't run my name and multiple family members in the dirt for decades and think you're just going to walk away that easy. I'm fine.
Now, keep in mind, the part that I did see, Amber was on here talking about her aunt and supposedly reading something from a follower where it essentially was saying, you know, how out of line Aunt Tammy was and Aunt Tammy's so wrong, this. So I think that really was the catalyst for why Aunt Tammy then called in. But Apathetic Facts didn't include any of that, which is fine. This video is extremely long as is. And again, thank you to them. The quickness that they had this video up is always so impressive. Thank you, Apathetic Facts. But Aunt Tammy didn't just call her at random on this day. Like, Amber was going on and on about her, once again, trying to make it look like she's the unhinged one, she's the bad guy. So, as far as I'm concerned, Aunt Tammy is completely justified.
Done. I'm finally ready. I got the receipts. I got the proof. I'm not afraid of you, Amber, unlike all your other victims. I thought I had seen and heard everything that you've done over these years, but I was so blind by your manipulation. And when I seen half of the videos that
Ew. Just the way Amber is acting in this, like she's just like thinks it's funny almost. Like, okay, rolling her eyes, grinning at the chat, like bitch, it's not funny. This is your aunt, your actual family who is literally at their breaking point and you just want to sit there and grin. Like, yeah. Wonder why nobody wants to be in your
I've seen
life.
with documented proof of how you treat people, not only in our family, but people in general. You are one vile, disgusting human being, and I want nothing to do with you ever again, including your mother. Your mother, your whole family, your whole Reed family.
She's not even listening to her aunt. She's too busy reading the chat because she can't. It's like she can't even bear to face the reality of what her aunt's saying. Like, how disrespectful. Like, listen to what she's saying, for God's sakes. If you're going to actually answer the call, then at least listen to what the woman's saying. But, of course, this is Amber. She can't frickin' face reality.
Is nothing but vile, disgusting degenerates that rape, manipulate, and abuse. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you name it, you guys do it. And you do it.
Okay, so I probably should have said this at the beginning. And maybe I'll try to put in a little kind of like trigger warning. Like, again, I haven't seen this part, but just from where her aunt's already going with this. I would just like to say there's probably going to be some sensitive topics discussed. And I feel like most people are probably already going to watch this before they come to my video, but just forewarning BBs, if you're uncomfortable with those type of topics, don't put yourself through that. Come back for the next one. Your mental health is the most important thing, but just know we're going to be watching it and they're going to be talking about probably some sensitive things. So much love to you, and let's go on.
But proud. But I see it so clear now that I don't want nothing to do with you. But do you think you're going to continue to lie about me?
Again, not even listening to her aunt. And her aunt is just on it, like 100%. Not a quiver, not a stutter in her voice. This is the moment she's been waiting for, and she deserves to have this moment. And Amber doesn't even want to act like she's listening. She's just reading her chat.
And the family members that I do care about and get away with it? No, you're not. I will continue to tell the truth. The difference between me and you is I have the truth to tell, and I have the receipts to back it up. So you want to know why I'm listening to your live right now? The reason is just to see what bullshit you're going to say next. And sure enough, it didn't take long. You try to say that you cut off talking to me? I've been looking over texts for the last days, and I have so much proof, time and time again, where you're begging me to talk to you again, where I blocked you. I quit watching your videos. You kept begging me, please watch, please watch. I don't want to lose you, Auntie. All the lies you told me that I caught you on, called you on, you'd apologize, and then do it again and again and again and again. What do you want to respond to that?
Anybody in the chat being like, oh my God, she's so unhinged. Oh, my answer like this. Well, you know what? This woman, Aunt Tammy, has been through the ringer with her family. Not just Amber, not just her mother. Sounds like Amber's dad, her own mother. She's got problems with her own daughter. So before anybody even thinks to speak like, oh my God, what if this? Yeah. You can't even put yourself in her shoes and how you would feel to have to deal with these assholes in your life and then finally get to your breaking point. So I'm here for it. I think that, yeah, Aunt Tammy's probably not perfect, but I think she is 100% within her right to read Amber the fuck down right now.
What did I do in the last 2 years to you?
In the last 2
So Amber not even acknowledging anything that her aunt just said. Why am I surprised? Why am I even surprised? Out of all the things she just said, oh, what have I done in the last 24 months, 3 minutes and 27 seconds to you? Nothing.
years. Okay, let me see if I can explain this. It's not an easy black or white answer or an answer that you can get in 2 seconds because, like I keep saying, I've been doing this your whole entire life. You have a person that has fought to be in your life your whole entire life in one way or the other.
Once again, Amber not even listening. God, I can't
No
stand this
matter if
bitch.
you've seen it or not. And you didn't meet me at 17. You met me when you were 14, when I went to California for the first time after 16 years. Remember you getting the pot of spaghetti out of the refrigerator and using the really huge utensil, taking big scoops out of the pot onto your plate, where your dad said, I think that's enough, Amber. That's my first memory of you. And you still
Wow. And you notice for the first time, Amber's ears and her eyes perk up and she actually listens. And the only reason is because this is an embarrassing story for her. And she's embarrassed that Aunt Tammy is telling this in front of her audience. So, finally gonna start listening, Amber? Well, I'm glad that could wake you up a little bit.
Continue to pile on your plate. Yeah, that story goes around our family year after year after year. From then, I tried.
Ooh. So Amber's gluttony is just a thing of legend in her family? Could have guessed that. And I'm going to guess right now, as soon as I unpause, this bitch is going to start
Try getting you through the foster care because you painted the
Yep.
story. It was
Yep.
so
Here we go.
bad. And then you even put me down for it that time. Your mom came in the picture, destroyed that. So then you went on to my mom's house. We all know what happened with that. You got kicked out for what?
So this is a message that somebody asked, Queen, why did Grandma Lynn kick Amber out? And then Aunt Tammy responds, because she was very disrespectful. That hasn't changed. Nope. Nope. Amber tried to act like she's so mature now. She hasn't changed one damn bit.
Being disrespectful. Surprise, right? So then you go on to Casey, and then Crystal, and then Destiny, and then Becky. The whole time, I'm in the background.
Not so confident now. Not so smug. Are we now, Amber? And the fact that she's still on this live is crazy to me. Your aunt just basically proved that she is willing to cut you to your frickin' core. So, thank you, Aunt Tammy. Thank you so much for your service. And Amber, you know what? Thank you for not cutting off this live, because this is going to be amazing.
Loving you, supporting you, sharing every bit of my diet with you, exercise, financial, and yes, I have all the proof. And then we get up to the current last 2 years. Who is the happiest person in this world for?
Oh, she's gonna rock back and forth now. Oh. Oh. I feel like the way Amber is acting right now is so performative. Absolutely performative. Especially after, I tell you we're good. And now you're gonna sit there and just rock back and forth with your sad little chubby face. Because you want Aunt Tammy to be the bad guy? Okay. You're right. We're definitely not listening to someone that's hit their breaking point and now just saying all the things that they needed to say through the last frickin' 20 years?
Amber to move to Oklahoma City. It was me, your aunt. Your mom didn't want you to come. She was very nervous about you coming because of the destruction and stress level that you bring with your just presence.
Wow. Wow. And that's obviously a very different picture than what Amber tried to paint for us, isn't it? Her own mom didn't want her to come. And who can blame her? Who can frickin' blame her? Because, like she just said, Amber is a force of destruction in everyone's life, including her family's. I love this. I love this so much.
Against my whole entire family would say things like, I know you guys are worried, but I'm so excited. We have text showing that excitement for when you're going to get here. We're going to hang out. We can't wait. I wanted to diet with you. I wanted to exercise with you. I was so excited because, as you love to point out, I was very successful on keto. You get here, I see you one time. I try to see you, and I'm told I can only see you with your mother. I question you about it. You say, oh, I was just nervous. I haven't seen my family in 14 years and blah, blah, blah. Then you didn't reach out to me after that ever. Not once to come over, pick you up, go do anything. November, you reach out to me because you want something, a vape. December, you reach out to me. You want something, a vape. You checked in when I had COVID.
That is so weird to me. You don't talk to your aunt and then you're like, can you get me a vape? But Amber wants to act like all her relationships aren't transactional. Yeah, I'd probably be kind of pissed too if the only time you reach out to me is when you want something. But what else should we expect? It's literally Amber. But you know what? It's like I said, this is just so sweet. Just having confirmation. Because Amber always wants to say, I'm not a bad person, you guys. You just don't know me in real life. Well, here's someone in her real life confirming a lot of what we all believe to be true, and Amber wanted to swear up and down that we were just wrong, we're haters, we're jealous. Well, here we are, BBs. We're at the fruition of all that sweet, sweet Amberlynn knowledge.
COVID, you said Merry Christmas. I had COVID. I answered you the very next day. Then nothing in January. And then you send me a picture in February. So you want to know why I'm mad? Because I fought for you for freaking years. And then when you finally...
Someone just said Amber has been fighting to discredit Aunt Tammy. And yeah, she has. Amber has done a lot here to discredit Tammy. I don't care what everyone says. Yes. Yep. Amber had no problem trying to drag her aunt and the rest of her family through the mud. Well, now she's getting a little taste of her own medicine. And on her own channel, on her own live, just like she wanted.
I'm mad because I fought for you for freaking years. And then when you finally get here, I'm left. You and sister are going to...
So someone said, was almost Team Tam or Team Work It Out, but this is unhinged. You sit back and unbothered while she rants. It's hilarious. Y'all apologize and move on, fam. You think Amber looks unbothered right now? Just goes to show how delulu the Am babies are. I think Amber looks anything but unbothered. And I don't know if this is just for the coin that she's continuing to let this go on because the super chats are rolling in. Her chat's going crazy. Amber's got a motive behind this. There's no doubt. Just to maybe she thinks this is going to perpetuate her victim arc. I don't know. But this is amazing. And Aunt Tammy has said absolutely nothing that I think sounds unhinged or untrue. So
museums and here and there, and I'm told I can't see you without my sister. You're here now, and you still have nothing to do with me. So you want to bring up me and your mom's fight, right, as the reason? No, you are the reason we don't talk. You are in your 30s. You can use a phone. You can make arrangements to spend time with your aunt, and you chose not to because me and your mom were in a disagreement. Any other questions?
Well, yeah, it is true. I was feeling anxious to see my family again. It had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do, it felt easier for me to be around family that I have not seen in 14 years if my mom was there. That was an anxiety thing. It was a coping thing. It is what it is. So I'm sorry.
So whose fault is it, Amber? Is it your fault or is it my fault that we haven't seen each other? Because the narrative that you're telling is different.
So
put it out there. Whose fault is it, Amber?
Yours.
Yours.
So,
and after Thanksgiving, I heard that my sister talked a whole bunch of shit about Thanksgiving over at my house. Once again, opening up my home to you guys. And at the end of the day, when I thought it was a wonderful day as well, guess what I got to hear? How y'all talk shit. I don't even know what the shit was. It was supposed to be so vile that it couldn't even be repeated.
I didn't say anything bad about the time at your home. And then, like, I wasn't invited to anything.
well, anybody saying, Tammy, you shouldn't be doing this live. Amber's the one that brought it to the internet. Amber is the one that first brought up her aunt and brought her to the internet. Amber has never had a problem monetizing her family history, her family trauma, her family drama. So I don't want to hear a single word about her aunt should have blah, 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 blah. Amber already did. So we're past that.
Christmas related, which honestly hurt a lot. I literally bawled my eyes out.
Okay,
So,
again, I don't want to interrupt you, but when there's no contact.
Amber, you literally bawl your eyes out every day. So that means nothing to anyone. Okay?
From October, November, into December, with the exception of wanting a vape, why would I invite you and my sister to Christmas?
in December, I talked to you 3 times. What
3 times, Amber?
One of them did involve a vape. The other 2 times was to check in on you regarding your health. And every time we did communicate was because of me.
It's absolutely not. And I have the receipts to prove that. Unless you're talking about only between October
That
and
is correct.
February.
That is
when
correct.
When you got here.
That is correct. That is correct. This little act that she's putting on of being like so demure, so polite, so proper, it's all just part of the game to try to make her aunt look so unhinged and crazy. And this is exactly what narcissists do. They push you to your frickin' limit And then when you snap, they want to sit back and be like, wow, you're unhinged. You're crazy. Look how you're acting. And this is exactly what Amber's doing right now. I honestly, I'm truly trying to reckon with what Amber thinks she's doing with this video. I can't come up with it other than she's just trying to distract from something else. She wants to make herself seem like the victim. Her aunt is eating her alive. And she's just sitting there. And I feel like if she had any points to be made, she would be interrupting trying to make them. But she's not even addressing what the aunt's saying. She's not coming up with anything that even is relevant to the topic. So,
and I see the true colors, that I was never going to be your person in any way, shape, or form. I heard through my mom how you'd cry and boo-hoo and you at her house going, well, I don't understand why I can't talk to my aunt.
That is correct.
And what were you told? Were you told you couldn't talk to me?
I would cry because
Were you told you couldn't talk to me? Did anyone say, Amber, don't talk to your aunt, don't call her, don't text her?
So, sorry, I was reading the chat because it's distracting me. I read.
well, because that's how much you mean what you're saying. You can't even like be present in the moment and just have a conversation. You're too busy searching desperately for your Am babies to support you. Because again, you have no backbone of your own. You have nothing of your own but to feed from other people. Literally.
So I'm thinking, did anyone tell you at that point when you were boo-hooing several times about not talking to me, did my mom or my sister tell you you can't talk to me?
So I wasn't boo-hooing. I was.
Yeah, you were.
Can you not mock me, please?
I was crying.
Can you not mock me, please, madam? Oh my god, this act. This is something else. This is something we've never seen from Amber. And it's almost unbelievable to watch. And I love it.
I was hurt by the situation because I was slowly reading between the lines. You would never text me first. I mean, that's how I'm feeling because
you truly are a piece of work. I tell you what, your manipulation is just like it used to work. It used to work. It used to catch me. It used to slow me down and give you the benefit of the doubt. But I just see it clearly
Tammy.
now, and I don't even know if I want to entertain you anymore because you can't own anything. I mean, we're talking decades of text here. I'll watch a video and something will be brought up and I'll be like, what the heck? All I have to do is go to my messages and put in simple words and then our conversations come up.
This person. Stand your ground, ALR. It's great to see you stand up for yourself. Amber isn't doing any of that. What part of how Amber's acting means that she's standing up for herself? She's got her tail tucked all the way in and getting spanked by her aunt. So I don't know what reality these people are experiencing, but I'm seeing something completely different.
Word for word. You have abused me, Amber. You have manipulated me, Amber, for a long time because of the love I had for my sister and for you. And you used that and you manipulated me to be.
And she's doing the same thing to her mother now. I can see it plain as day. Amber is doing the exact same thing to her own mother now, taking advantage of the love that her mother has for her and the guilt that her mother feels. Guarantee it.
The person when I would never be your person. But you led me to believe that for a long time. We can talk about all the different topics, being your mom in prison, you writing her, all that. That's long text threads of the bullshit you came up with for that. You know, did you owe your mom anything? No, but you said you wanted it. The text started with you asking.
And that makes a great point. I've brought up how Amber treats her mother, and some people, rightly so, have said, you know, Amber doesn't owe her mother anything, and I believe that's true. I don't think just because we're related to someone that we owe them love or respect. 100% that is a mutual thing. It's something that's earned. It's not, just given. So if you have family members that are mistreating you or just being a toxic force in your life, you have every right to cut that person off. So I don't ever want that to be mistaken when I talk about Amber and her mother and how I feel like Amber's taking advantage of her mom. I think that Amber does have every right to have certain feelings towards her mom. But at the same time, you don't have any problem taking advantage of your mother, using your mother for rides, and basically, having her come over and let's be so for real. I think her mom's doing a lot of things behind the scenes that we're unaware of. So you can't have it both ways. You can't act like your mother is this horrible, terrible person that you want nothing to do with, and then also take advantage of that person. I think everybody has the capacity for redemption, and I felt like maybe that's what was trying to happen here. But this is Amber we're talking about. And it really seems like this family is rotten to the core. And a lot of that seems like it's due to trauma and a lot of the horrible things that transpired that they never healed from. So, again, do I think Amber owes her mother a relationship? No. But Amber, like Aunt Tammy just said, acts like she wants that and is fully fine with taking advantage of that. So, don't then say, oh, well, but my mom's so horrible. Guess that's what I'm trying to say. Hope that made sense.
Not me going, you need to. You wanted it. And I was the in-between person helping you. Without me, you would not be in your mom's life today. Without me, my sister would not be in my mom's life today. I have always been forced to be the in-between person, correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Holy shit.
I know I've made...
What about your uncle me? How about that for a family drama, huh? And then you go on and be a victim to others? Like, that's just weird to me. When it's such a hot spot in our family, and you put that word around like it's...
Okay, so based on the mute and what the chat is reacting to, it sounds like she's referring to an assault. So, all right.
Light as hell, right? You used the wrong word, right? When you accuse somebody, an innocent...
Ooh. Yep. I can understand why if Tammy is an actual victim, and then Amber has this controversy with Casey, yeah, that'd be kind of a hot button issue for someone, wouldn't it? And here's Amber, already trying to work up the tears. Here we go.
Person who at the time was young as you accused them of something that they did not do.
Talking
Thank
about Casey.
God he had a voice to speak up. But tell me why when we just went to California, your mom had to go see your...
Now, was that a cut, or did she just immediately stop crying?
But tell me why when we just... You accused them of something that they did not do. Thank God he had a voice to speak up. But tell me why when we just went to California, your mom had to go see your dad. Had to go see him in person. I refused. She left me in a car so she could go in and see your dad, the man that is behind so much of this, including my chapters. The man I despise more than anything on the face of this earth. And your mom, in sobriety, in recovery, chose to go see that man eye to eye. You don't think that hurt me? So you're not the only one with damage, Amber. The difference is I don't let it be an excuse. All while
Absolutely. And that's what we always say. Everybody has trauma in their life. There's nobody that has a perfect childhood. There's nobody that's had a perfect life that is free of all emotional obligation, that is free of any trauma. We all have things in our life that were horrible and that hurt us and that we had to endure. The difference is, not all of us use those as an excuse to then go on and mistreat other people. We don't use that as an excuse to we don't use that as an excuse for our horrible behavior and our horrible life choices. We're not all sitting here as a 600-pound toddler that uses and mistreats every single person that's ever entered their life. So, yes, Tammy. Thank you for saying what we all wish we could say to this heifer. But unfortunately, just from Amber's reaction, I don't think she's really listening to any of this. It looks to me just kind of disassociating and she's wrong. My aunt's crazy. I'm the victim. I'm the good guy.
Help you and your mom for decades. And you know what happened during that time when I was so focused on you and your mom and your fucked up family? It made me sick. Because you can't focus this long and this hard on other people and not have it take away from your life. You have, your dad has, your mom has, and you all play fucking victim. And I'm done. Anything else you want to talk about?
People on her live telling her, get off the live. This is crazy. No. Amber's soaking this all in. And she gets to cry on camera for everybody and get the super chats. So even though this is completely humiliating, she's not ending it. This is all still for monetary gain. So anybody feeling sorry for Amber, just remember, she took the call from her aunt on her live, and she also chose to keep this going and keep the live going and keep the phone call going. So
I wasn't a great girlfriend.
No.
I probably wasn't a great niece. I wasn't a great anything. Like, I was broken. I try very hard to take accountability where I can, and I, like, especially when Beck was going.
bitch, where have you ever taken a shred of accountability? Ever. I would love to know. Anything you've ever admitted was followed with a, yeah, I did that, but that's not taking accountability. And just the fact that you're the same shitty piece of shit that you've been for years on end speaks for itself about your accountability. Okay?
Saying all those things, like, I admitted to things that I would never want to admit to out loud. Are you kidding? Everything I said about Casey is 100% true.
I wish I could believe you, but I can't based on everything.
I genuinely
don't believe you.
I genuinely,
and that hurts to say it.
I don't care if you believe me or not.
Of course not. But the last thing I'd ever want to do is go against somebody who was actually assaulted. But all I'm saying is, based on the person I know you are, I cannot believe it 100%.
So once again, doubling down on the Casey thing. And yeah, my whole opinion on that is I absolutely never want to discredit somebody that says they're a victim. Ever in my life. So that's why it actually pains me to sit here and say, like, Amber, don't believe you. But Aunt Tammy kind of perfectly sums it up. Knowing what we know about her and the type of person that she is, it is hard to believe her in anything. And do I think that Casey had a role to play in some of it? Sure. There's two sides to every story. But Casey was also a child at the time. And he has also come out and told his side of the story, which Amber has since been proven doing it to other people. So the pattern of behavior is 100% there. So do I think that Casey's a perfect person? No, none of us are perfect. But do I believe Amber? Absolutely not. And like I said, it pains me to say that because I never want to not believe a victim. But Amberlynn Reed is a special case in all things.
It did happen to you. I'm sorry it happened to you. If it didn't happen to you, karma's a bitch.
You're not sorry?
Who was Aunt Tammy at this time when Amberlynn Reed came into this world? Her first and only niece. Let's see. Tammy lived in the Florida Keys. She had her first daughter at 16 and 88. She had her second daughter at 17 and 89. And in 1990, her sister came from California to Florida to get off drugs. Did for a little bit, got pregnant. I was in the delivery room with your mom giving birth to you, literally. Joke about that today. And then shortly after that, you were a few months old, and your mom chose drugs again and left Florida Keys, went to California, and that's where the story continued of our separation. But I never gave up. I found you on MySpace, remember, after all those years? I came and seen you when you were 14. your foster care people or whatever state custody people contacted me. I didn't have a pot to piss in. I was getting ready to be disabled from all my trauma.
I don't remember you coming to visit when I was 14.
You don't remember no part of your dad saying, Amber, that's enough, and you still putting more scoops on your plate?
No,
You're
I do
sitting
not.
at the kitchen table in the trailer. I remember it.
There needs to be some nuance, and I had undiagnosed borderline personality disorder due to all the trauma of my childhood. It makes sense that I was absolutely unwell.
That's the other thing that made it to me very obvious that what Amber read at the very beginning of this, supposedly from one of her supporters, how Aunt Tammy was just so unhinged and so wrong, and Amber so justified in everything. The person used the word nuance like 3 different times in their statement. So that's been Amber's most recent hot button words. So coincidence, you let me know.
And still to this day I am, and I thank God for maturity and for aging, because I feel like that's the only reason why I have come as far as I have.
I will.
Well, you've aged, yeah, but matured? Fuck no. Where? And in what way do you think that you have matured? Sitting here like a little sick puppy being yelled at after pissing on the carpet. Give me a break.
Kiwi Farms was not the nicest thing for an aunt to do. But again, it's when you push me to the end. When I've had enough, I've tried and tried and tried and got slapped around by you, by your lies, by your manipulation. I have it in
And
text.
Amber brought it
So
to the
it's
internet
not just
first, so
hearsay. It's stuff that I can say, Amber, this is what I said, this is what you said. And it's not just in your 20s. Like you say, you're in your 30s now, right? I don't know anything about a lot of your last relationships for a reason, right? Otherwise, I'd have a lot to say.
I'm glad you don't know anything about Feline, because
I would have told it, you're right.
Because I don't want her shit aired out. Because it just seems
But
like...
did you not say you had a lot to tell us about her the whole time coming here? And
Yeah.
then when you got here, you said nothing? Yeah.
Because
That's part of the games that you play. You act like you have a great relationship with my sister today, and that's a lie. You talk horribly to my sister. You treat her like shit. You make her your taxi, your Uber, your this, your that. I hear it all, Amber. And you should realize that by now. I don't have to be in your physical presence to hear about what goes on in our family. And I think you can tell by what I say, I know what I'm saying. Because you know it. What
did I say? What did I say when we did all of our Amber videos? Yeah. I said that Amber is 100% taking advantage of her mother and 100% treats her mom like shit. And all the people saying, you don't care about your sister. Yeah. Aunt Tammy followed her sister during some of the worst things that a human being can go through, and I'm talking about active addiction. So anybody's going to sit there and say that she doesn't care about her sister can literally piss off, because you have no idea what that's like. You have no idea what that does to a family. And even though you love someone to their core and it kills you to be there and see the things that they're going through, it kills you to have to be the bad guy sometimes because you don't want to enable their behavior. Even though her aunt is mad at her sister, she still loves her sister. And I think that's one of the reasons that she is so angry, because all the things that she went through with her sister, and her sister is finally sober. If you've ever had an addict in your family, you know, sometimes you don't think that that's a day that you'll ever see. And you basically every day prepare yourself that person, you might get a call that person's no longer on the earth. So after all the things that they went through with that situation, and to have basically her sister back in her life, to see her sister living a normal life, a healthy life, and now to have this fucking Nimrod back on the scene to just destroy that. I think that's the part of me that makes me hate Amber the most. And the fact that Amber is now putting her mother's sobriety in jeopardy. So I don't care what pretty picture that Amber wants to try to paint for us. This is the hard truth and the hard reality of life, and the sad truth of this family. It has been torn apart by all these traumatic things that has never healed and seemed like maybe they were kind of living some type of normalcy after years and years and years. And now you've got this bitch just comes in and ruins it all. Not saying their life was perfect, but it obviously was much better off with this heifer not in it.
Treated my sister like shit so many times since you've been here. And you try to control her. And you make her take time off work to do the stupidest things that you could schedule when she's not at work. But because you only think of you, you do it over and over and over and over and over again.
What I'm hearing you say is that grandma is
Just even using that turn of phrase, what I'm hearing you say is just trying to come off so calm, so professional. That to me is like a phrase that they would teach you like in therapy of like conflict resolution. What I'm hearing you say is,
telling you things, and I think we can both admit she gets her stories completely wrong. I do not make my mom take off of work. She has taken off of work a couple times, and it was either for vet reasons for my animals, or it was for reasons where I had to go to the doctor, like because
I don't make my mom take off of work, and then proceeds to explain the times that she made her mom take off of work.
I had to go to get a test done or whatever it may be, and they weren't open. Like, I don't know what to say about that. Like, they weren't
I just hear
open.
excuses with that. Sorry, vets have Saturday service.
Someone said, Amber, LOL, get a Uber tubby. She probably can't fit. She can't fit. Well, you know what? I say that, but she can fit in her mom's car. So, yeah. She probably just doesn't want to be embarrassed by having to have her body squish into a vehicle in front of some random stranger.
Vets have after hours services. My sister gets off at
May I finish
4 and
what
5,
I was saying?
So you could do that. So she did take it off for that. You going to the doctor? Okay, that's not an excuse. You can make an appointment. You can take an Uber. I mean, you can do DoorDash. You can take an Uber to a doctor.
You know, damn sure she can get that DoorDash. Yes, Aunt Tammy. Aunt Tammy. Aunt Tammy. You know what? Something else I don't like, and I saw a couple people talking in the chat, not really, a little bit, mentioning the grandma. How dare you discredit your grandma? Like your grandma's freaking senile? Give me a damn break. It's not hard to figure out that you treat your mom like shit. And apparently there has already been discussions where the grandma confronted you about how you were treating your mother. So seems like it's pretty accurate what she's saying.
Appointment. My sister doesn't have to lose money to take you.
Well, she doesn't lose money.
Yes, she does.
She doesn't lose money for leaving a couple hours at work. Her job is very nice like that. And when that happens,
does she understand how hourly pay works? Just because she's not getting like penalized like on her like attendance, or like some jobs have like a point system, just because she's not getting like reprimanded for having to leave work doesn't mean she's getting paid for those hours she's not working. Like, you understand that, right, Amber? Or she's having to use like her vacation time on you. So once again, Amber really doesn't have any idea how actual real world life is. What a surprise. But she's such a well-adjusted individual that has grown so much over the years, not just in size, but in mentality and maturity. And clearly just a benefit to the world, her family, and society as a whole. Thank you, Amber.
Taken more than a couple hours. She's taken days off for you. Anyway,
she has
that's the least of our importance. But you don't treat my sister well, and I just want you to know that I'm very aware of it, and so is she.
My mom has never taken days off of work, and more than anything, she offers.
I guess it just depends who tells the story, but
it's sad because it makes me not even want to have a relationship with my grandma, because when I go over to...
She doesn't want to have a relationship with you, so don't worry about that at all.
Ooh.
That's why you don't go over to her house. When's the last time you went over, besides the very last time? Besides that one, Amber, when's the last time you were over at my mom's?
2 weekends before that.
Yeah. I know.
My jaw is on the floor. This person, this is awful. Oh my God. No, it's reality. And it's obviously kind of, yeah, it might be a little shocking to hear the actual reality compared to the picture that Amber tries to paint of her loving family that just welcomes her with open arms, and everyone just loves her and compliments her so much, and they're just so glad to have her around. It's pretty bad when your own grandma doesn't want to be around you. My grandma, God rest her soul, I miss her every day. She's been gone 3 years now. My grandma Shar. She treated us like gold. Like we were the chosen ones in life. And you know how when women or men too, when people get older, sometimes they can kind of be like crotchety assholes to everyone. That's kind of how she was with a lot of people. But to us, she loved us so, so much. And she loved our children, her great grandkids, so, so much. And she is one of the people in my life that truly showed me what real love is. Amber has never had that with anybody in her life. Her parents weren't there for her. Her aunt obviously tried to be there for her in the best way she could. Her own grandma can't fucking stand her. That doesn't show how fucking rotten she is to her absolute core. I really don't know what does. Really don't. And all the people saying, "Oh my god, I can't believe your aunt, my aunt was it." Well, you and your aunt probably haven't been through the things that these two have been through. Most people, I don't think, understand the dynamic that this family really has, and it seems pretty toxic and pretty broken. So, all that to say, love you, Grandma. Love you every day. I miss you, Amber. You suck.
You guys take pictures and you put it in your videos, so I pretty much know when you're
Yeah,
there. And also, was talking to my mom about 3 to 5 times every single day. So to think I don't hear what goes on, pretty obvious I do. You know my mom. You know how she is, right?
Yes, that I'm also like confused because
So like she'll tell you one thing, she'll tell my sister one thing, she'll tell me one thing. We all know this, but there's still the common. You don't get up till after 3, so my sister can't do this or that with my mom because Amber, she don't get up till after 3. She can't.
Wow. Her sleep schedule has just been so off lately. Meanwhile, she is known. It's like a thing known about her. Like, oh yeah, Amber. She don't get up till 3 p.m. Wow. What a fucking life you've made for yourself, Amber. So proud of you.
Make any plans with my mom to go do her nails or bingo anymore because just do Amber. It's all about Amber.
I only see my mom once a week. It is on Saturdays.
So you guys don't go to Friday bingo no more?
No, I do not. So I spend 24/7 alone, and I feel like it actually has made me grow. Like, no pun intended, not like that. But I'm actually taken aback right now because when I'm around her, we laugh like, oh my god, I can't even, like, it hurts our ribs. We laugh so much. That was
Are you gonna tell me that you guys?
Yeah, you've mentioned that. You tried to use that against your aunt, the one in one of the last conversations where the aunt said, her mom doesn't have a lot to talk about. A lot of time it's, what's going on with her and her sister's life and then like health stuff. And then Amber wanted to be like, wow, well, anytime I'm around her, we laugh so hard our ribs hurt. So this is the second time she's saying that. Well, it sounds like you don't really spend that much time around your grandma, Amber. Huh. So, which is it? You just have a grand old time every day with your grandma that you're so close with, or she can't stand you? And probably just tries to fake it so that she can get on with her day and get you out of her fucking face.
You guys have never gotten an argument while you've been about the way that you talk to my sister?
On my birthday, we got into an argument. We did. But I mean,
also got into it about having my sister give you.
What do you know? You got into an argument with your grandma about how you treat your mother. So you'll admit to that, but your grandma telling your aunt about that same treatment, you know how grandma is, she misremembers everything.
Your shots too, right?
I started crying, and my mom was like explaining how she's totally fine with it and stuff, and it started to make me feel guilty, where I was like, is my mom actually like just saying she's not triggered? But no, she's not triggered because she wants to take.
You made her be like that, Amber.
She's talking about the Ozempic injections or the semaglutide injections. Yep, and that was something we all said too. A way to be able to use your mother, who's a recovering addict, to now come over and use needles on you because you can't just knuckle up and be an adult and do it yourself.
Made her feel like she can't tell you no because you keep bringing up the past. Now she owes you everything. So yeah, she's afraid to tell you no.
May I
She didn't want
to. Called it. Called it. I don't know why I'm celebrating. This is disgusting. But there's something just so cathartic of having this bitch and all her transgressions brought into the light. And just confirmation that we were right. We were right. Amber said we crazy, but we were right. Yeah.
do that.
How can you sit there and like still hold me to some standard of who I was in my 20s or when we talked more? I've changed even in the last year.
Have you watched your videos, Amber? You are a recycle, repeat. Okay. Like there's nothing new about you right now. You are the same person you were yesterday, last week, last month, last year. Watch your videos. Watch reaction videos. It shows it over and over again. Rinse, cycle, replay. You haven't changed.
Yes. Everybody in the chat's like, recycled Lynn, clocked. Sounds like Amber. Yeah. Everybody is completely aware of the cycle. And here's our aunt confirming it for everyone. Not that we didn't know, but the fact that even before all of this, it's just been a cycle for forever. But she's matured so much, you guys, thanks to Father Time.
Amber. I wish you had, but you haven't. Do you know why me and your mom's not talking?
You guys had an argument?
Over what?
Over personal family things?
Nothing's personal. I mean, what we've aired out, what you've aired out about our family already, I don't think we have much more to hide, do we?
My mom thought she was getting grandma's house. She wanted to keep it in the...
Someone just said in the chat, imagine being 30 and can't wipe. Completely random, but yeah.
Family.
Well, I'm going to make it clear the true story.
I didn't get to...
on this recording. And you can share it with your mom. And you can share it with all your people. And then the truth will be out whenever you're done with your side.
I didn't get to finish. She reacted out of that upsetness. You guys got in an argument. May I ask you why you think this matters in this moment?
Because it shows you guys' character, your behavior, what I put up with in this family, what I have put up with, what I still put up with. It shows that a sister, your mother, my sister, who nobody will doubt for a second, I was her keeper.
To me, it feels like your goal in this like going public thing is to make my mom look bad and to make me look worse.
And you had no problem making your mother look bad in the past. So, why you're trying to chastise your aunt for doing the same thing? And you know what? Nobody needs to make you look bad, Amber. You do that well enough on your own, and you have for years. So don't even try to put that on your aunt. All she's doing now is showing your true self and all the things that you've been trying to deny over the years and proving that you're a fucking liar. So I understand why you don't want her doing that. But again, you're the one that's keeping this live going, aren't you? And raking in all those little super chats for yourself. Hope it was worth it.
No, it's to show that your mom, just because she got clean and sober, doesn't make you a good person automatically. There's still behaviors that need to be changed.
My mom,
and this was a big one.
like, she's not even a good person who does bad things. She genuinely is a good person who does good things.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and bash my sister tit for tat for you, but you know what I mean. It's real rich coming from you. Real rich. At the end of the day, your mom says that she is a Christian and she's in sobriety, and she, you know, you have to learn to forgive. But when the thing happened about the house, which we still haven't covered, when it happened though, and it wasn't my doing, it started with my mom, and I handled it the correct way. All this time, I thought she was not talking to me about two statements that I made during that time. Turns out, nope, it's just about the house. We go back to the beginning of the house when we originally talked about the house with my mom. I am buying my first home. In their minds, I have a home. My sister, just getting clean and sober, we honestly didn't know, obviously, if she'd even stay clean and sober. My mom was wondering about the house. How could we have my sister in the house? Normally, in a family situation, you do it 50-50 between two siblings. And if the one sibling wants to live in the house, they buy out the other sibling. Say the house is $80,000. How would your mom ever come up with $40,000 to pay me out? And I, being the good sister, said, let's not worry about that. Sister can move in the house, and when it comes time for her paying me out, I don't care if she gives me $250 a month for the rest of her life, as long as she has a home. Now, as you know, your mom's going to have 10 years clean. She's in the same apartment, same relationship, same job, doing very well, has a nice little nest egg. So when we're in California, my mom starts it, not me. My mom brings up the house thing, and I look at my mom and I say, Mom, now is not the time. Sister overhears this and questions, huh? What was that? No, I already heard it, and I already have it set in my mind that that's my house. So a fight starts. I said two things pretty, I guess, shitty. So I did say, number one, you would never be able to buy a house. You would have to have a house given to you, just like our mother. And number two, you're right. You'll never have a marriage like mine because it takes work and dedication and love and nurturing, which she would never. And if you lie about your mom's relationship with Steven, that's just a whole new level. It's horrible. So tell the story you want to tell, but I got that juice too.
Ooh. Spilling it about her mom and her stepdad, too. Which she's very careful to talk about her stepdad or her mom's fiance, whatever the hell you want to call it. Tracks.
So anyway, back to the house though. So there was our little fight. Your mom says, sister, can we just put this at rest right now and enjoy our vacation? And I say yes, and I thought we did. And then it's a big issue again. Well, it gets worse. And the only reason why I'm letting this out is for me. Not for you, not for sister, not for my mom. This is for me. This is the family we come from. My mom and I went to her lawyers, had her trust changed, and she wanted to die having my sister think that she's getting that house. And when that trust is read, boy, would your mom's head would have fucking turned. My mom wanted me to hold that in the whole time while looking at my sister in her face, thinking that she was getting this house. That's the kind of stress I carry for this family. So there you go.
I just don't understand what this has to do with anything.
Shows your maturity.
Well,
But at the end of the day, you
Shows your maturity. All right, next
are
point.
who you are. I am who I am. Largely, it's because of our family. The difference between me and you is you will always play victim, and I will always look to heal. I tried my best with you, Amber. I was never enough. I will never be enough. And as this life unfolds, I see it more and more clear. And you brought up going to visit Crystal. That was hurtful too. Because you know I don't have my daughter in my life. You and my sister both know what that daughter has done and is doing. Where was she when you needed anything? She's a user and a manipulator and a greedy, money-hungry person, just like you guys. That's why you guys get along. I don't get along with my daughter because just like you, I don't let people get away with their shit.
So I visited Crystal because she's my cousin and I love her.
Good. I hope you guys live a miserable life together. I really don't care.
People are calling Aunt Tammy petty, but I tell you what, this is the shit that comes out when you really have, like she said, been trying and trying and trying for years, and you've got someone like Amber, who just throws it in your face and kind of gives you the FU. So I understand that under normal circumstances, what Aunt Tammy is saying isn't the nicest and comes off as petty, but Amber deserves it 100%.
I watch another thing that you said that was so far from the truth is that you talked something about gift giving and that you used to send me gifts, and no matter what, it was never enough. Why do you say shit like that when it's so far from the truth? I have videos of me opening up your gifts, crying. I equate you being a bad niece by all your actions, not just one. That's just one of many. Like, you don't want to talk about things that happened in your 20s, just years ago, right? But yet you think it's okay to talk about every single thing that happened since the day you were born and use it as an excuse to be the person that you are.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Today.
Because unfortunately, the things that I went through when I was younger, which I only recently found out a couple years ago, led me to have literally brain deformities, which is what is caused borderline personality disorder.
So why don't you get help,
and I'm
Amber,
trying,
so you keep hurting
and I'm
people in the weight?
and I'm trying very, very hard to learn the difference between excuse and reason.
Well, I sincerely...
The fact that she just said brain deformities, I don't think that that's how it's diagnosed or classified. But okay, Amber. Yeah. Right. Dr. Lynn, medicine woman on the
wish you
case.
all the best in that. You do need some professional help. I know you say that you've gotten it from time to time, but just sitting over a phone call or a video is not extensive help. You need really inpatient at the end of the day, but I know that will never happen. But you really do. You really need to take some of your money that you're making off this crap and get yourself some real help from a real counselor, face-to-face, weekly meetings, true medication that can help you, and maybe you can come out on the other side. And you do self-diagnose a lot. I hear it.
Nothing but the truth, no notes.
I hear it. I hear it.
May I know what I have self-diagnosed myself as?
Oh my God, so many. Watch your videos.
ASMR.
I don't have time
If
for it.
it's so
There's
many,
too many.
I would like you just to name one then.
OCD, ADHD,
OCD,
bipolar.
That was
BPD, BPOPD. I don't know. Put all the letters in there. I don't give a fuck.
BPD. See, this is where it's like you're supposed to be my aunt, and whether you're angry or
Yeah,
not.
I was supposed to be.
Whether
All right,
you're,
I'm not no more.
I don't
Everybody in the chat saying OBCD. Yep.
understand like how it's so easy for you to mock mental illnesses that I have.
Amber, I have just as much labels, if not more, than you do. Documented, proved, treated. I would never make light. It takes a lot to get through these things, but it takes a lot of work that I've put into it. You got me to this point because I've held on for so long, and every time I turn on the fucking TV and I look into my niece, I see more and more and more, and it's disgusting.
Maybe something what you need to do is probably log off and stop watching my YouTube.
I've tried that before.
And Amberlynn, once again, could take her own advice if she wasn't in a 600-pound body of her own making and could actually do something else for a living other than humiliate herself, degrade herself and her family on the internet. Maybe you should log off when you're saying that all your hate comments have made you question your life. So that's real frickin' rich coming from this bitch.
I need to show those fucking receipts too, where I told you I need to quit watching your videos for my own mental health. And then the text comes, Auntie, are you watching my videos again? No. I really wish you would watch them. I'm sorry, Amber, I can't right now. A couple weeks later, you come back. You watching my videos again? You don't give a fuck about my mental health.
You are talking about things that genuinely happened
20 years ago, yeah.
so long ago. It's like crazy.
It doesn't. So if things that happened years and years ago don't matter, then quit
No,
bringing up
they
your past as if
definitely
they do.
I don't want to insult you, but it just feels like
Yep, because it's only okay for Amber to constantly bring up the past. It's not okay for someone to use the past against her. So, yeah. Rules for thee, but not for me. That is 100% Amber's life. She expects everybody else to kiss her ass and meet these certain expectations and to excuse any and all behaviors based on all of her shit, but doesn't even consider for a fact all that her aunt's gone through, and maybe there's a reason why her aunt is having the reaction that she's having.
you're bitter that me and my mom are close, and you didn't.
I'm not. I wouldn't have played the middle person all that time if I didn't want you guys close. It doesn't even make sense. The goal, the pot at the end of the rainbow was to have my sister clean and you and her enjoy life together. I just didn't know I'd be kicked to the curb in the process. Bitter, I don't think is the right word. Pissed off, I think is more accurate. Because it's disgusting. Besides this, that's currently going on, what I have learned about you through your relationships that I've been watching, I don't want you in my life anyway. Even if we could amend this, you're a horrible person in my eyes now. You're vile. You're self-absorbed. You're manipulative. You're abusive. Not only physically, but mentally. So really, all this is for nothing, because there is no fixing this. I will never be in your life, my sister's life, or my mother's life for the rest of my life. And you can take that to the bank and cash it. Have a good night, Amber, and a good life. I wish you nothing but the best. You can talk all your shit that you want online. I give no fucks. Will I still watch it? Probably. Because you're a mind fuck at this point. I am so mind blown at the way you think and the way you act. Because as a 54-year-old woman.
Someone said, she botted you, Amberlynn. Yeah, she did. She did. And don't worry, Aunt Tammy. I'm sure that your mother will outlive Amber. And there's absolutely time for you guys to repair that relationship once this toxic narcissist blob is out of your lives. So let's hope for that.
I still have some life to live. And I choose to live it. And I choose to live it without your bullshit in it. And you think it's cute to say I'm obsessed with you, that watched all your videos. That's just weird. There ain't nothing weird about that. I wanted a relationship with my niece, and the only way I got it was through YouTube. I lost, you won. I hope you have a great life.
Ooh, and the hang up. Oh my god, that was a fucking boss move. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. And you know what? Aunt Tammy, I wouldn't say you lost. Yeah, you lost these people in your life, but if they are as toxic and nasty as this makes them seem, well, probably better off, and you'll probably live longer and happier in the process. So.
I didn't even get to say bye.
I feel verbally.
Is that really what you took from that? Of course. Again, an absolute fucking coward that can't even acknowledge anything her aunt just said. No. That would take way too much self-awareness and be way too much reality. Nope, she won't do it. Wow. I didn't even get to say goodbye. No, she said what she needed to say.
Attacked.
I know I have issues, like, that's obvious. I'm very upfront about them. It makes me sad because she
Saint Lynn.
clearly has issues as well, and it's like she's not, like, aware.
Someone just said, my aunt would never. She's a crazy mess. You and your aunt haven't gone through the things that they have, so don't compare your aunt to Aunt Tammy. It's dumb. That's like comparing my grandma to her grandma. It's not the same. The dynamic's not the same. The lives are different. So don't pretend like there's any similarity and that it's so crazy. Like you obviously, anybody saying, my family, well, your family obviously hasn't gone through the trauma and break like this one has. This family is shattered. And it obviously has been for
Of
years.
them. But one thing that I'm not is I'm not I'm not gonna let it get me down. I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah, we know that because that would mean you would actually have some humility and you would have actually listened and maybe let some of the things she said sink in, which you didn't. You weren't listening the whole time. It's very obvious.
It's not gonna let me look at myself any differently. If anything, it reminded me of how far I have come. I was hectic in my 20s, especially like my early 20s. I was hectic. Yeah. Y'all are both narcissistic. Oh. I felt like I was slightly disassociative or whatever the word is. And like the couple times I started crying, I felt like I was literally transformed back into like a little girl. Like it was crazy. No, I wasn't gagged or speechless. You
No, you definitely were. You definitely were. And you knew how to talk to her. You knew how to talk to her good. You were going to square up. Well, I didn't see you making a single point or a single thing she had to say. So, good job, Amber. You really showed her what for.
weren't even listening to Tammy. I was disassociating, but I was listening. I was coping.
No, you weren't.
What are we door dashing tonight? I don't know. Do you think she had anything valid to say, or was it all bullshit? It felt very like just out of nowhere.
Someone just said nice deflection from Emily. Yep. Yep. That's a very good point. And that honestly could be one of the biggest reasons for all this, especially if Emily has the humiliation kink. Would make a lot of sense,
Even though it
wouldn't
was
it?
over an hour of conversation, I still don't understand why this is happening. Whoa.
Because you didn't listen to a single thing she said. Because she made it pretty clear why she feels the way she does and why she did what she did and all of her reasons. So if you still don't understand, I guess you weren't listening or you just don't have the brain capacity to even consider that you're not the hero of the story. Because Aunt Tammy did not stutter a syllable. And like I said, I don't think she's a perfect person by any means, but I did not see a single fallacy in what she was saying. And if anything, it gave a lot of us confirmation for all the things we've been saying about you for years, Amber.
What? Like, it is what it is. It was an hour of her screaming, taking her anger out on you. It was hard to respond to like anything she was saying because she would not stop talking.
Because you didn't have any points to be made. And that's why. You didn't have a single point to be made.
What?
All right, well, I said it, but this was cathartic. This felt pretty good. But it's also very frustrating just seeing Amber like pretty much blowing it off, not listening, and just acting like, oh my aunt's just crazy. No, your aunt was saying a lot of true things. And I believe it's just we're watching a person that's been trying for years and now hit their breaking point, and she's sick of it. And she really doesn't care anymore. She doesn't care to embarrass herself, to embarrass her family, to embarrass you. And I think that says a lot. When somebody no longer gives a shit to burn every single bridge, there's a lot of hurt and there's a lot of anger there, and I think it's justified from what I know and from what I've seen. So, thank you, Amber, for allowing this to be broadcasted to the internet for all of us. Enjoyed it immensely, and yeah, you're a huge piece of shit, just like we all thought, just like we all knew. But it's nice to see someone else that's in your inner circle also confirm that. So, again, a big thank you to Apathetic Facts. Always with the quickness with this content makes her content so much more palatable. So thank you, Apathetic Facts, for the use of the video. Thank you to all of my members of the Skeleton Society. If you are curious what we have going on over there, early access to videos, cute emojis and badges that I made myself, and a couple behind the scene perks every once in a while. So if you're interested in that, all that information too, that will be down below. We also have merch now, BBs, so that will be down below. Just made stuff that I thought was cute and that I like to wear to show our Bone Baddie pride. So again, thank you all so much for your support of my teeny tiny channel. Hi, Dad. Love you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.